All right, ladies and gentlemen, so it's been a little while since we heard about Perfect Dark. We really haven't spoken about this video game because, quite honestly, not many people are really interested. You know, when we talked about Perfect Dark initially, it was because of all the backlash it was getting for its obvious decision to make its original character turn into a ma'am, if you catch my drift. Well, apparently now a level designer has decided to go unhinged, and I guess he got inspired from what was happening over at Avowed, because we now have the Perfect Dark level designer saying that gamers were a mistake and attacking them as racist pigs for being opposed to extremely lazy race swaps.
I think I want my money back.
Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, it is always these kind of people that are going to be the ones that are going to look at you and call you racist. They almost all look the same. It's actually quite incredible. Almost every single one of them are either a raging leftist white person, or that's basically it. You know what I mean? Or indoctrinated POC for the most part. But still, it is a raging white leftist that will always call you racist because they are the ones that want to project onto you what they truly think about certain groups of people. So let's get into this article from Phantom Pulse. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says Colby Payne, a level designer at Crystal Dynamics who is working on Perfect Dark, seemingly does not like gamers and says that they were in fact a mistake and attacked those who oppose race swaps as racist pigs. Payne indicated on LinkedIn, which again, I've been mentioning LinkedIn a lot lately, and it seems as if LinkedIn is their safe space, if not blue sky. It's actually kind of weird, to be honest with you, because they know not a lot of the hatred or not a lot of the backlash really goes on LinkedIn because nobody really uses it as a social media platform. So they tend to air their grievances over on LinkedIn, and they know that most people are not going to speak negatively about anything they say because everybody over there is literally toxically positive and they're all just trying to fake it to get a job. But when it comes to Blue Sky, well, we know Blue Sky is trying to be old school Twitter, and it's failing miserably. But he indicated on LinkedIn he's been working on Perfect Dark for the last 2 years, and even noted that he had been promoted to Level Designer 3 over at Crystal Dynamics. Back in 2021, he took issue with gamers opposing the race swap of Anger Boda in Sony's God of War Ragnarok. He wrote on X, "The fact that it's 2021 and gamers still get mad over a character being black just boggles my mind. It's time to grow up, you racist pigs." So, okay, it's a beautiful thing when someone like this tries to falsify the argument, because it's so easily tear downable. You know what I mean? Like, you could tear down their argument really quickly and really easily, which is why a lot of these people don't like to have live conversations, because they don't have a means to be able to prep beforehand. And when you start asking them the questions that they're not ready for, well, it pretty much goes downhill from there. But the simple fact is that gamers are not racist, okay? People are racist. There are racist people out there, obviously, but to try to lie and pretend like every single one of the people who are against Anger Boda's race swap is racist is astronomically ridiculous. You are sitting here and trying to pretend as if that's the forefront of the conversation, when in fact, it's quite simply the absolute laziness that's behind the race swap and the obvious need for DEI hiring practices, or DEI in general, as the only reason why this happened. It's not like you race swap Anger Boda because you really wanted her to be black. That's not the reason at all. It's very clear due to your actions, in my opinion, that you are doing this simply because you have to. Right? We already know that you have quotas. You've told us, right? It's not like we're making this up and say, oh yeah, they have hiring quotas and there's no evidence. No, you are the guys that tell us all the time that you have quotas. You are the one that say you are going to hire or represent XYZ percentage amount of black people in your content or in your workforce by XYZ amount a year. And the only way that's possible is if you are hiring solely based off skin color. That's the only way, because statistically speaking, there's just not enough people out there. So you are clearly looking for a very specific group of people, and you just magically start hiring all black people and pretending like they're the best for the role. Yeah, sure. You are telling us you have quotas, and then you get mad when we call out the fact that you said you have quotas. And then to top it all off, the hilarious thing about all this is that they'll try to tell you, oh, they're hiring based off merit, right? And then they'll tell you this while also admitting that the only people who actually got picked for the role or were considered for the role were all people of color. So how exactly is this merit-based when you don't have everybody competing for the position? But again, we're talking about hiring practices. When it comes to Anger Boda, it's just flat out lazy race swapping. They already know that this character or this persona of a person was in fact a white person, and they know that in history, and they're choosing to take it and make it into a black person. Why? Reasons. So they get mad at you and they claim that you're racist for not liking it, when in simple fact is, we're just calling out your absolute virtue signal. You want to be put on this pedestal and you want to be worshipped for the fact that you made this character black, when the simple fact is you are just virtue signaling because you probably have skeletons in your closet, to be honest with you, in my opinion. Anger Boda looks absolutely stunning. He continued, props to all devs who worked on her. She's without a doubt the most interesting character. Now, what makes her the most interesting character again? Nothing. Like, what the only it's so ridiculous. You are trying to say that she is the most interesting character. Why is she the most interesting character? You didn't even play her at the time, so how do you know she's the most interesting character? The only reason you're saying that is because she's black. That's literally the only reason. It's so obvious at this point, and you could try to dance around it all you want, but you saying, oh, she's stunning and the most interesting character when you didn't even play as her yet, yeah, I think it's very clear. In December of 23, he posted, if adding female protagonists to video games is all it takes to make the worst people you ever met not want to play them, we should add female protagonists to every game. Listen, douchebag, there's been female protagonists in multiple games in the past for decades. The fact that you're sitting here pretending as if this is a brand new thing that gamers are suddenly angry about, you're a loser. You're an absolute loser. And you are purposely misrepresenting the conversation that's happening over right now in gaming. You're purposely doing it because you know that's not the issue for a lot of people. In February of this year, he reacted to Laura Bailey, alleging she received death threats for her role as Abby in The Last of Us Part 2, writing that gamers were a mistake. Yeah, so where's the proof? Where's the proof exactly? Laura Bailey, I mean, like, are we ever gonna provide proof? And where's your muscles, by the way? Because the character that you portrayed definitely does not look like you, so what's happening here? In June, and now deleted post to X, he wrote, seeing a lot of comments turned off for Pride Month posts. I wish all bigots to kindly F off and learn to love others for who they are. He added, gaming is for everyone except everyone except the bigots. Well, the funny thing is, number one, you want us to love people that couldn't love themselves for who they are. That's hilarious. And number two, you're trying to pretend as if gaming's for everyone except the bigots. So then why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you truly here? And then in August, he attempted to shame streamer XQC, who shared a photo of himself alongside President Donald Trump. Payne posted, damn, sucks to see you supporting bigots. In September, he attempted to mock gamers by sharing an image from Kung Fu Panda and wrote, when upset gamers see a woman as the main character in a video game. In October, Payne attacked Brazilian gamer Cabrutus for being rightfully worried about the future of Halo after Melissa Boone was revealed as Halo Studios chief of staff. Now, I remember making a video on Melissa Boone and the whole nonsense with that and the fact that they renamed it Halo Studios or whatever the case may be. I mean, at the end of the day, man, this thing is absolute nonsense. You can see here, he says, I need to leave this shit effing website. And then he says that Elon gave these bigots a platform to be their authentic self without any consequences, hiding behind AI pics and burner accounts. That sounds like projection. So they could keep their day job and be racist online. That definitely sounds like projection. And the hilarious thing is that you, since you're spewing leftist racism, you're allowed to be racist online and you could keep your job because all the people at your company support that. Don't forget the misinformation being spread that the actual White House had to step in, he concluded. Again, this is all cope. All of it's cope. I wonder where Kobe's at now. I wonder how much he's coping over the fact that Donald Trump's about to be his president again. Do you think he's coping and seething? Let me know in the comments down below. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.